94.3 The Game, WRHD-HD1, Farmville, Greenville. Powered by the Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Go to GotBryan.com. That's GotBryan.com. It's 5 o'clock in Pirate Country, and it's time to get pumped up with the P-Man. Hit the door and hit the road. 94.3 The Game is going to get you home, and the P-Man's not holding back.
Yes! Yes! Pirates win! Pirates win!
Bring on the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Holy mackerel! Oh, my goodness!
The flagship station of the ECU Pirates.
Welcome in, everybody. Hi there. Patrick Johnson with you in studio today. It is the Patrick Johnson radio show here on 94.3 The Game, 94.3thegame.com, and the IBX Media app. It's great to have you with us. We say hello to our team today. It's Philip the Ref Pilkington in the Hizzle. Hello, Mr. Pilk, the ref.
What's up, P-Man? How's it going?
It's going. It's going. And big props and a big hello and a big shout out to Jermon, our intern Jermon here in the house today. We're going to hear from Jermon on here. Little in the mic, Jermon. Little hello to Greenville.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. Never sounded better, Jermon. All right. Awesome to have you with us. Ladies, that's right. Jay Sonnhalter will be on the show today. We'll be linking up with him in just a few minutes. We're going to hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick today as well. An interview we did on our Media Day special, which you can pick up at the IBX Media app, which is free for download, Google Play, and the App Store. It is free to download, and it is also commercial-free in the sense there's no pre-roll ad when you start the stream of any of your favorite IBX stations, be it this one, 94.3 The Game, or Talk 96.3 and 103.7, or be at 107.9 WNCT or our oldies properties. You can stream the music and the talk programming. We have podcasts for the Patrick Johnson Show, Hoist the Colors with Steve and Igo. We'll have podcasts for the Logan Show. The Logan Zone premieres on Friday at 5 o'clock here on 94.3 The Game and the two talk stations, 96.3 and 103.7. We also have Talk of the Town is on there on the archival podcast, as is, I think, the Morning Rush. Or Mike and, are they the Morning Rush still? Mike and...
Yeah, Morning Rush with
Mark and Laura.
Mark and Laura, yeah it's on there
Rush.
as well.
It's on there as well. Yes, it is. Look at Pilkington promoting things. All right, nice to have you with us. We've got Sonny coming up. We got that Donnie K interview coming up. So let's go ahead and jump in with some player sound bites from the other day. We'll tell you this, too. There's a press conference that's going on in an hour. That's one of the ones that they do regularly during the regular season on Wednesdays, where we hear from Coach Houston and we hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Carroll. So that's going down today at 6. We've got our reporters on the scene, so we'll bring that to you in the morning on Talk of the Town, some sound from that, and all of the sound that we can bring you here on the Patrick Johnson Show coming up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. But right now, let's get into our Pirate Report, some of the players' thoughts from ECU Media Day.
And now, Patrick Johnson with today's Pirate Report on the flagship station of the ECU Pirates, 94.3 The Game.
All right, we'll just run down as many of them as we can here till we got to go to break to get Sundog on. But we start with Pirate safety Julius Wood, who said it felt great to get the final scrimmage in. Hit it.
It was a real good scrimmage. Today we got better, it was the last day, so, it's just, it's happy, you feel happy to be done with fall camp, knowing that you're going into the season with a good chip on your shoulder and fully focused. And now that fall camp has prepared us for this moment, I feel like we're going to have a great season.
We also hear from Wood, who says, or tells us what being a team leader has meant to him.
I started to develop leadership this year, and I feel like it's been a great asset to me because I feel like now that I can help others on their journey, it just helps me out too. So it just feel like the more you try to help other people out, it's all beneficial to you, that person, and it's just a great feeling to lead others, younger players in that same boat that you want to see them succeed, just as you want to see yourself succeed. So it's just a wonderful feeling to see them guys prosper and do the things they love to do.
All right, and then he talked about Julius Wood, Pirate safety, what he worked on in the offseason.
I honed in on flexibility with my body, and then just football IQ, just learning the game more and more and more. I feel like I developed more speed, and then I put on more weight this year too. So this year I'm gonna be playing at 202 pounds. So that's good for me. Last year I played around 185. I got more speed and more weight. So it's gonna be a sight to see out there now.
J.D. Lampley, Pirate defensive lineman. We've been hearing a lot of good things, haven't we, Pilk, about him in the preseason. And he talks about he feels like his football IQ has vastly improved from year one to year two.
I just feel like my knowledge of the game is way greater than it was when I first got on campus. When I first got on campus, I didn't know nothing really about like what's going on behind me, where to look, like before the play, what the key. I just feel like my overall knowledge of the game has grown a lot.
And, you know, this makes a lot of sense what he's about to say, the cut we're about to hear. You know, he talked about how feels like he's gained more knowledge, more football IQ. But Lampley has had, because this is how the Pirates are going to play, he's had to learn three positions, and he says that has helped him.
I really know three because I played nose last year, and then I played tackle in the spring, and then now I'm playing end too. So that just makes it easier to know where everybody's supposed to go. So say like there's some confusion on the field, if I need to help one of my teammates, I could. Same for them if they need to help me.
You know, I never thought of that, Pilk. That is something that you know, all the versatility we talk about. Guys can play multiple positions, and they also know where positions they have played are supposed to go, and it really helps. I mean, that's what a concept. It's so obvious, it's genius, but you know, I never thought of that till he said that.
No, that is a good point. We're seeing that some of this year with the receivers as well, because Coach Kirkpatrick was moving the receivers around a lot in the preseason, and so I feel like we're going to have a lot of position groups on the field this year that know multiple positions.
Yeah, absolutely. Brock Spalding now, to him, the slot receiver, speaking of receivers, says he does feel more comfortable in his second season in the program.
I'm feeling good. You know, this year I got the playbook down a little bit more, so, you know, getting that off my back, being able to play more naturally, it helped me a lot, and it just made this camp, like, flow a little bit more for me.
Spalding on how he says he has had to evolve as a blocker in college.
Most definitely. I think you have to block a lot harder here, go really harder, strain a lot more, and that's just things we preach in our room. And I think we try to emphasize that a lot. So we do have great backs. They can run a lot. J-Bond, Rob, Martin, the whole room, really. And blocking for them is a good thing to do. You know they're going to run.
All right, Brock Spalding there. Here's inside linebacker Taylor Jackson. Says he's learned a lot from the guys that came before him.
Honestly, I'd just say from just coming in freshman year, going off to the guys that was in front of me, Miles Bird, Xavier Smith, Bruce Willis, Aaron Ramsey, I could keep going. So, I mean, just seeing them guys and what they did good, what they did bad, just learning from them, I feel as though it just helped my game all around. I'm just ready to show what I can do.
And one more from Jackson talking about balancing the excitement but needing to stay focused with number 2 Michigan on the clock.
I feel as though we're kind of an older group in somehow, some way. I know a lot of people might not think that, but I feel as though we have a lot of leadership and a lot of people who've been in this situation before, so I feel as though we're going to lead and stay focused and stay positive. We're ready to go. All
right, to the offensive line, couple offensive linemen here we're going to get to, starting with Parker Moore, who says how guys knowing multiple positions will help the line as a group. That's another case of guys have had to play a lot of different positions. Hit it.
It helps out a lot. You know, if a guy goes down, you know, next man stands up, or even one of the guys who are in the 5 can bounce to another position like myself or Hampton. And I give credit to a lot of the younger guys that stepped up throughout the process of camp, and they helped out in becoming or having us have a bigger role in the O-line. I'm excited.
All right, more from Parker Moore talking about leading by example.
Absolutely. Just excited to coach. Excited to, you know, lead by example. I don't really talk too much. I just show what I got to do on the field and things like that. And just communication is important. Like I said, big shout out to guys like Richard Pierce and Jacob Saker for stepping up, you know, competing, you know, doing what they do best in the field. I'm excited for them.
All right, we turn our attention now to the center position. Hampton Ergel has been one of the great stories, and he talks about that communication with the quarterbacks and the center.
Well, I came in with Alex, known him for 4 years, and I think Mason came in 1 year after that. So I've known him a while, played with Alex on the scout team for a while, and that was good. But, you know, we meet together, we all have the same lingo. So if we see something and they see something different, it's communication at the line. So if they want to take it some way, they take it another way, and it's good.
All right, Deontay Johnson, Jack Powers, and Devon King. Why don't we hear one from each of them, Pilk, before we go to break? Why don't we do that? Let's see here. Excited to see how the guys transition from camp to game prep. Deontay Johnson, hit it.
Starting from the beginning to now, we definitely made a lot of progress. And I'm just excited because we got a bunch of new faces, guys flying around. Like I said, they coming to work every day, ready to learn, ready to get better. So I'm just ready to see how this next week, like this was the foundation, but I'm ready to see how we prepare for like a game week as a whole defense.
And then Jack Powers, edge rusher, on how he has progressed heading into his second year in a Pirate uniform.
I think just being able to fly around and play faster, you know, when I got a better grasp of the defense, it allowed me to play faster. So I think my biggest step from last season to this season is just the knowledge of the playbook. Really allows me to be myself out there and not second guess myself and just go play.
All right, and Devon King, let's play 42 here, Pilk, on the vast soundbite roster where he talks about special teams. And he's still going to be involved in that despite having a bigger role on defense.
Oh, I'm a mix of both. I want to stay on special teams. I'm a big, special teams guy. I love kickoff. I love flying down the field, running down the field, making contact. That's how you start the game. Special teams got to set the tone. But yeah, I expect to play a lot on defense and still be on kickoff. Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for today's Pirate Report. We're going to talk more about ECU football. We're going to talk more about some Week 0 matchups. And we're going to talk about Michigan with ESPN Plus college football analyst Jay Sonnhalter. Sonny's got a couple of assignments to start the season. He's also going to be working with me on Friday in the Triangle Market for Friday Night Rivals. So we'll get into all of that, the Pirates and more, with one-time ECU tight end Jay Sonnhalter right after these words.
All things ECU at 943thegame.com.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
More of the P-Man coming up in minutes.
5th Street Hardware is the home of the $9 lunch special Tuesday through Fridays. $9 specials every day, including the famous Burger Day on Tuesdays, Flatbread Pizza Wednesday, the famous 5th Street Hardware Reuben on Thursday, and Fried Fish or Shrimp Friday. Plus, trivia on Wednesday nights and live music every Thursday night. And don't miss the Prime Rib Brunch Buffet returning on Sundays. You heard right, Brunch Buffet with all the great items, including Prime Rib. 5th Street Hardware in downtown Greenville.
Need roofing or gutter work in your home or business? Wells Roofing and Gutters is the easy choice. Let's hear from some of Jim Wells' customers. Here's Kyle DeHaven, who runs a rental firm.
Jim with Wells has done an excellent job working with me and my clients for the past several years. They're always very punctual, thorough, and complete the job in the time expected.
Jackie Conley of Conley Properties.
We love using Wells Roofing and Gutters. We're very pleased. The quality of work is amazing. They are so trustworthy, very friendly. I would say they are easy to work with.
Here's another satisfied real estate professional, Kevin Chesson.
I've had nothing but the best experience with Jim Wells. He's made some difficult decisions easier with the work he's done for us. It's nice working with someone who you don't have to watch over and stands by their work.
If you need roofing or gutter work, call Jim Wells at 252-227-8403. Wells Roofing and Gutters, 252-227-8403.
He's always very competitive with pricing, and the work is always grade A.
It's time to travel again, and it's time to enjoy the convenience of flying from Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or leisure, Pitt Greenville Airport and American Airlines can get you to Charlotte and then anywhere on the map. You can't beat the convenience of parking right next to the terminal and the short lines at ticketing and security. For your next trip, check out the great rates offered at AA.com and support your local Pitt Greenville Airport.
Turn your backyard into a paradise for your family and friends to enjoy. Pool Pro installs fiberglass pools and above-ground pools, and they're your local dealer for hot spring spas. Pool Pro is family-owned by Mike, Jake, and Brooke and has over 40 years of pool building experience. Stop by their brand-new showroom and retail store at 227 Beacon Drive in Winterville. Consider Pool Pro for your next pool, hot tub, or pool liner replacement. Go online to greenvillepoolpro.com.
Have you had a colonoscopy? If you're between the ages of 45 and 75, you need to be screened regularly for colorectal cancer. Dr. Philip Goldstein at Carolina Digestive Diseases and Endoscopy Center wants to keep you healthy. Dr. Goldstein provides treatment and quality care for all GI needs. Just call the office at 252-758-8181. Appointments are always available within 5 business days.
Hi, this is Dr. Philip Goldstein reminding you that a colonoscopy can save your life. Visit our website, cddgastro.com, and come see us at Carolina Digestive Diseases.
Have you noticed he's in his own little happy hour? We're back to the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
This is the Happy Hour program.
Here's the P-Man.
Yes, it is. And we're actually going to go to the happiest guy I know. Right now, joining us from Parts Unknown, IBX Media alum, got his start right here. Some people get their start and move on to bigger and better pastures. Lots of people have through this company. Some come back like I did. Actually, very few do. All right, here is Jay Sonnhalter, friend and longtime broadcast colleague. Sonny, the first of regular appearances during the college football season with the great Jay Sonny Sonnhalter. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, buddy. How do you like my background here? I got my door and a plain wall. I'll try to improve for you next week.
Yeah, I see you've got that there. It's very. What's the color? Would you say? Is it opaque? What would you say,
Probably
Poke?
opaque. Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
it's not white, but it's opaque. But I need to do some designing. I'll come better prepared with the background. Your background's much better than mine.
Well, even the home studio background's better than. But I'm here today in the studios, as you know. So yeah, this is a great background here that we use for the talk of the town. So I'm in the big chair for the Big Hen, who says hello to you, by the way. The Big Hen
Henry.
does.
He's doing well.
All right. Let's start. You have family from Michigan, so you've always.
My
Yeah.
dad went to Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
He graduated.
yeah. So your dad went there. So you have always, I guess, just by proxy in a way, kind of paid attention to what goes on at Michigan as far as football goes. And I know you've talked about kind of Harbaugh and where that could be headed. What do you make of this 3-game suspension where he'll miss the ECU game and then 2 games after that to start the season? And what do you make of, it seems to me that the AD was the one who passed this on. I don't know if it was negotiated with Harbaugh's agent and the AD and the lawyers, or if he was just told this was going to be the case. But either way, this can't sit well with Harbaugh, and we know he's been trying desperately to get out of there the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns, but my opinion on this situation is from the past when he was forced to take a pay cut from the AD, they didn't say it publicly, but anybody that happens to, you're not going to be happy. And it's been reported that him and the AD maybe don't get along, even though they're former teammates. So I think there's a rift there. And as you said, he's been going to the NFL, and if you're interviewing and doing all those processes to interview for teams, you know, at some point, you know, you're going to get one, but also you're showing yourself that you want to be in the NFL. I just think none of those opportunities panned out. That's why he came back to Michigan. And if I were him, I'd be upset because basically the school's giving him a punishment where nothing's been announced. There's no guarantee that he is going to get punished. And you know, next year he may be in the NFL because Michigan has a chance to win the national championship. So I'm sure he's not happy about sitting out 3 games. I know the fans aren't happy about it. And I mean, the overwhelming thing is, I mean, I don't know what the NCAA is doing now because it seems like, you know, they'll find some issues with some programs.
Yeah, but that had gone away. The NCAA deal, the possibility of the NCAA suspension went away, did it not?
Well, it went away. It was supposed to be tabled till 24.
Okay.
So that's what the word was, that it was going to be tabled till next year. So basically he was going to be free this season and be able to go to every single game. And then this kind of came out of the blue which to me says, again, we don't know the details, the inner workings of it, but to me, that says Michigan's trying to get out in front of it, either because it's going to be worse than they think, or just because they're trying to get it done now and not wait till next year to soften the penalty. But I mean, with him, he's not going to be happy about this. I mean, I would assume he's not pleased that he's going to have to sit out the first 3.
ESPN Plus college football analyst Jay Sonnhalter. Can I announce any of your assignments, or is that am I forbidden from doing that?
Well, no, we're going to be together this Friday night.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about your Plus assignments.
Yeah,
Joker.
We can talk about it.
All right, week one on ESPN Plus, assigned by the big network in Bristol. The great Jay Sonnhalter will be covering.
We'll be in Charlotte for South Carolina State versus Charlotte for week
you get a little Biff Poggi action.
Yeah, so we'll have his debut down in Charlotte. So that'll be interesting to see. There's been a big offseason down for the 49ers, so it'll be fun to see him that first game, what they look like, and they've got over 40 transfers. So it's going to be a different Charlotte team, and I think a different mentality, and a lot coming out of the media days where they were picked last, and he's not happy about that. So that'll be week 1, and then week 2 is Duquesne at West Virginia. So that'll be a fun one, going up to West Virginia and seeing what the Mountaineers look like. And then this Thursday, coming up a week 1, it'll be Tennessee Tech at Furman. So starting off the season.
Oh, you got that
Thursday
one?
Night. Yeah, so we'll be Thursday night, Friday night. You and I will be together for high school, and then Saturday down at Charlotte.
Next Saturday, a week from Saturday. Or is that
Exactly,
a week 1?
yeah.
Or is that week 0?
That's week 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's week
All
1.
right. All right. I didn't know you were doing a Furman game this. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Pardon me. I did. That's the SoCon on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, we'll be down to SoCon down at Furman.
Yeah. Wow. How about that? All right. Jay Sonnhalter. He's very busy, and that's right, ladies. We got him on the video feed. So if I expect views of this thing to skyrocket, since Sonny is on the video feed, the ladies will flock to the social media pages today. Jay Sonnhalter is with us. He'll also be with me Friday. MyRDCTV.com is where you can watch it here in the East. On the Friday Night Rivals, we will have Heritage and Cleveland. And Cleveland's been an excellent team the last several years. All right, let's get into the Pirates a little bit here, Sonny. New quarterback with Mason Garcia reportedly looked really, really sharp in the second scrimmage. What do you expect out of Garcia?
Well, I mean, when you see Mason in person, he looks like an NFL tight end. So the first thing that stands out is how physical he is and what type of athlete he is. And I think when you talk to people inside the program, you hear about what a great kid he is. And he's had time behind Holton, to get ready for this moment and to prepare for this. And it's his moment now to start off the season at Michigan. It's a tough stretch the first 3 weeks of the game, but I expect the coaching staff to, have a game plan for him that's going to involve him running the ball. Where's the strength of this team? You look at Shane Calhoun at the tight end position, Jalen Johnson, and then you've got a great running game. So I think this is going to be a offense that where we're going to see the Pirates really focus on running the football, play action pass to help out your young quarterback. But I think he's got all the talent in the world. He's got experience from practice and learning from Holton. Now it's just going to be game action that he's going to have to, prove himself. But I think the coaches are going to make sure they have a good game plan for him. It's going to be a tough atmosphere at Michigan week 1, but I mean, I feel good with his preparation and what you see physically. It's just he's going to have to go out there and do it now.
Sonny Sonnhalter is with us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. He actually has his first college football broadcast of the season Thursday, Tennessee Tech and Furman on ESPN Plus. So check it out there. He'll have on a suit. Are you suiting up on this, or do they give you a golf shirt since it's 100 degrees?
I'm not sure, but this Friday with you, I'm wearing a collar shirt.
A collared shirt?
Well, no, I'm not wearing a suit.
Oh, okay. Are you taking a swipe at the fact I've got a performance tee on today? Okay?
No, I'm saying I'm not wearing a suit when it's 100 degrees.
No, why would you? Unless you're in a with like fans with ice in front of them blowing on you. Why would you ever?
I would never. Not till October.
You didn't you were always cold during baseball season, and you didn't even want to wear a suit then, but you were always cold.
Yeah, little known fact, I get cold easily. So
no, it's not a little known fact. Everybody knows this now. The coldest Sonny ever was. He was blue. His lips were blue, and his complexion was blue when we had to do a Rose playoff game at Newbern in November one year, and they put us out in the stands because they don't let anybody in their press box, the yahoos. And
I had hypothermia by the second quarter.
You did not dress appropriately. I knew it was going to be very cold that night, so I brought layers to layer up. Sonny had like a jogging jacket in 20-degree temperatures because it got 20 degrees pretty quick. I thought you were a frozen popsicle. The great Sonny Sonnhalter is with us here. Okay, you mentioned Shane Calhoun. You played the tight end spot. He is, I think, one of the best in the Americans. So he obviously you would think would be a safety valve in a sense for a young quarterback. What do you expect out of him this season?
Well, I think Mason has all the pieces to succeed. And as a tight end, your job is to control the middle of the field and really be a security blanket for the quarterback. I mean, that's when I played the position, I felt like I wanted to be the guy that they could rely on to get open or a big target, especially in the red zone, to help out your quarterback. And I think with Calhoun, I mean, I looked at his high school film when he was coming into the program and kind of studying him when we were doing a signing day show. And I was just amazed at his talent in high school. And I think he's developed. He's shown a lot of promise. He's had big moments. But this year, he's going to be the number one, number two option in the passing game with Ryan Jones, moving on to the NFL. So I think Calhoun's going to have a big year. But I think especially early on, they need to look for him in that intermediate passing game and really try to highlight him in the passing game because he's got good speed. You can split him out at wide receiver. He can block in line. But he's going to be a guy they need to make sure that Mason and him have a good connection with.
Sonny Sonnhalter is with me here on the Patrick Johnson show today. Jay's going to be with us, looks like Mondays, although I got to talk to you about that schedule, but Mondays might be the day we have Sonny. We'll see. It's an evolving process, but Sonny's agreed to join us weekly, and I'm excited about that. You broke your leg against NC State. Was it on the touchdown you scored?
No, it was in the third quarter.
Okay, I was going to make you heroic, but you just randomly broke your leg. So
heroic. I played the rest of the game.
Oh, okay. Well, that is heroic. All right. So you came back from an injury in that situation, and I'm sure there's a little bit of the mental comfort level. Physical's one thing, but the mental. I think Rajay Harris is beyond that, but that's something that's very real, isn't it, when you're coming back from that kind of injury?
It is real, and I think the only way you kind of get past that is truly game action. I mean, a scrimmage where you tackle is going to help it, but once you get into a game-like situation, and if you truly are 100% physically, it's just the mental part, I think it takes a couple games, then he'll be completely fine. But I remember when I broke my leg and I tore ligaments in my ankle, it was against NC State, the last regular season game of the year, and I was unable to play in the bowl game. I missed all of spring practice, then, rehab right until camp. So I was ready to go in camp. And I know it's a completely different injury, but I didn't feel really 100% till maybe mid-September, later in September. And that's just getting over the mental hurdle and physically being 100%. But I think, Rajay's a tough kid. The rehab's gone great. He's going to go out there and perform. And even if he's not fully 100%, he's going to be close to it, and it's just going to take a little game action, but he's going to be ready to go, and he'll be fine.
All right, a couple more things with Jay Sonnhalter, who's with us here. I'm going to let you answer the question about realignment. That's a novel concept, but I want to ask you something else. Week 0 is right around the corner. You've got a Week 0 game, so you can give a little plug to that and give us a little bit on that matchup, which you can watch on ESPN Plus Thursday. But what other Week 0 games stand out to you? Perhaps the one involving the American team, Navy and Notre Dame from Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sleepers this weekend, but football's back, so I'm going to watch all of them. But the only two games that really stick out to me, USC's playing, and they'll blow out and win huge in their game. But the big game for me is Notre Dame and Navy. So Navy, new coach Brian Newberry's at Navy now, and Coach Ken, was let go, and I thought he's an amazing coach. And
you were a big fan of his. You were a huge fan of his.
I thought that wasn't a good move, but they promoted their defensive coordinator, and I thought really highly of him. I actually spoke with him, and I think he's a great guy, a great coach. So he's going to be promoted, and we'll see if they keep that same triple option offense. I know there's word that they may be changing it up a little bit, the new offensive coordinator. But I'm excited to see the new coaching staff go against Notre Dame, and it's in Ireland. So it's going to be a fun setting, college football over at Ireland for week 0. But year 2, with Notre Dame and Sam Hartman's going to be the quarterback. So I want to see how they perform. But really with Navy, with that option offense or what they come out with, that's a tough offense to prepare for. And the opponents, have a tough time when you're in the regular season. Notre Dame's had preseason camp to prepare for it. But I think that's going to be a closer game than people think.
Yeah. The other thing, and we were talking a little bit about this today, I guess Kennesaw runs that triple option. Navy, obviously. Army has. There's maybe some scuttlebutt in those circles that Army might go to more of a pistol, and some of these others that have been running it might go to more of a pistol look.
Yeah, and that's the word. And I think we'll see eventually fewer schools. There's not much running it now, but I think teams are going to go more to a passing look because, A, that's easier to recruit to, and B, everybody wants to try to go to the NFL. So I think we're going to see teams do that more often. But there is some word possibly Army moving more to a passing game and some of these other programs tinkering with it or at least adding more passing concepts to their offense. So I think we'll continue to see that evolve. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out because there's kind of a fraternity with that triple option and Paul Johnson kind of being the spearhead of it. But, as these coaching staffs get spread out and, also, too, these guys, you don't want to be labeled as a triple option coach. You want to be able to coach different schemes. So I think we're going to continue to see those offenses kind of either change, evolve, or eventually disintegrate.
Always anonymous text line. Sonny is just the freaking best. That's your guy Spence from over in Kinston that you know. Keith.
We love Keith.
Yeah, good guy there.
Hope
I called him out
well.
even though it's the always anonymous text line. I called him out.
Thanks, Keith.
Real quick, Sonny, obviously you grew up in Southern California. You know the importance of UCLA and USC to the college landscape on the West Coast. And they're now moving to the Big Ten. Some Big Ten coaches that I've talked to in the spring in those sports actually were kind of in favor of the move and liked it, thought it would raise the profile of baseball and softball for the Big Ten. What do you make of, just this whole this whole musical chairs with conference realignment and Stanford and Cal being kind of out there on an island right now, along with the two others from the now Pac-4. You were a student athlete. Football's a little different than the rest of the sports, but you're involved in calling the rest of the sports as well. So, just give me your take on this whole thing and where do you think eventually it's heading?
Yeah, well, we could talk all day about it. So much has changed. Who would have expected this 4 years ago? I think there's a lot of levels to it. Like when you look at college football, NIL has completely changed the landscape. And with these conferences realignment, it's all about power, as far as grouping with the best conference, TV contracts, and best situation money-wise. And, I think that's, something always of great importance. But it's just kind of sad you're not going to have those old rivalries. And, really when you look at the student-athlete part, this is turning into a full-time business, which we always kind of knew. But, for these other sports besides football, these kids are traveling cross country multiple times a year, and that affects your school. So right. It's on the students. It's not, it's turning into a business. I think for the viewers and the fans, I think it's going to be exciting because you're going to have matchups. Michigan versus USC, Ohio State, UCLA. There's going to be new matchups. Oregon going to Penn State, and I think that's exciting. I think it's going to take some time to get used to. But I think as a viewer, as a fan, there's a lot of exciting parts to it. You're just going to miss kind of the way it used to be. But college football is never going to be the way it used to be anymore. And it's one of those deals where it's kind of sad what it's turned into in a way, but you have to embrace the positives to it. I just think it's going to be there's going to be a big effect on the the students and the travel and what's going to go into their week and their preparation for a game, but also getting back and forth to games, not just with football, but other sports as well.
Jay Sonnhalter with us. Sonny, if they had an IL when you were playing, I think you would have maybe had like a juice or a smoothie restaurant or establishment on your NIL and maybe a gym. And so, but what downtown establishment would have maybe been on the Sunny Express as far as NIL?
Are you talking about late night downtown?
Yeah, late night downtown.
Well, I mean, I think everybody that went to ECU is a fan of Fifth Street, 519, Still Life. So I would have taken on all opportunities with those bars.
And you have taken on a lot of opportunities late night. No, I'm kidding. I want to make
that was after football, though. I was locked in. I was focused.
You were locked in during football. You were locked in during football. It was after.
I would have been excited about food opportunities. That's why I would have been excited.
Oh, okay. You'd have been
free food.
I understand. Free food is good food. All right, Jay Sonnhalter, lengthy chat with him today, but it's always good. Check him out Thursday on ESPN Plus, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Yep. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. All right, my bust. I thought it was this Thursday.
This Friday, I'm with you.
Okay. Well, we'll start there. This Friday, Sonny can be seen at mydctv.com/sports. We'll be on the Friday Night Rivals TV package for several weeks, and then the Sundog has a busy week next week. He's got a Thursday football game, week 1, ESPN Plus, Tennessee Tech and Furman, 7 o'clock, then back with me schlepping it on the Friday Night Rivals, and then off to Charlotte Saturday for exciting 49er football action as they take on South Carolina State, the Biff Poggi era. All right, good stuff, Sonny. I'm sure I'll talk to you here tonight, probably, but we'll talk to you soon.
See you later. Thanks, buddy.
See ya. There he is, the great Sonny Sonnhalter. We break, we come back, and we'll have our interview with Donnie Kirkpatrick from ECU Media Day. Maybe if time allows, the Alex Flynn interview that we didn't get to yesterday. But Donnie K when we get back right after this.
The #1 Drive Time Sports Show. The Patrick Johnson Show returns in minutes. 94.3 The Game.
It's time to enjoy the outdoors. And at Moore's Barbecue, we have the perfect packages to meet your needs. From our backyard barbecue pack to our family feast pack, we will make sure that your picnic, social, or family gathering stands out and no one leaves hungry. Come on into any of our locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, or Jacksonville. There's enough great food for everyone. We're sure you'll agree if it's not Moore's, it's less.
Looking for outdoor storage, maybe a she shed, man cave, tiny home, or greenhouse? If so, East Carolina Outdoor Products is your one-stop shop. They carry wood sheds, small to large, all customizable online. East Carolina Outdoor Products also has a full line of custom steel buildings, including carports, garages, workshops, and commercial-graded structures. They're the only company in Eastern Carolina that manufactures, delivers, and sells outdoor storage buildings. And they're pirates. 10 locations in Eastern North Carolina. Visit ECOPofNC.com.
My daughter Ava is 3 years old, and she's been at Children's World since she was about 6 months. She calls it camp because that's what it feels like to her. She gets to learn, but she also gets to play, like really play. She gets to be a kid. Ava absolutely loves Children's World, and I love the peace of mind it brings me. Not just the safety of the campus, but the amount of work and dedication that goes into things like development, communication, nutrition, and activity. When she turns 5, she'll definitely attend Walton Academy, which is part of Children's World. It's the same amazing people. Best of all, the values are the same. This isn't the traditional style of teaching. It focuses on the whole child and places a greater value on the process of learning. You know, when I was growing up, I got an education. But Ava, she's getting knowledge, confidence, problem-solving skills, an entire learning experience that's centered on her. That means everything to me.
Building minds with a creative and engaging curriculum. Children's World Learning Center and Walton Academy, Greenville.
Children's World and Walton Academy.
With US Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth? She's not gonna like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh boy.
Get the low rate of $19.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Summertime is here. It's a great time to get outside and enjoy the warmer weather and longer days. Let the team at Cellular Warehouse help you start enjoying these days by eliminating the 2 to 3 hour wait in the local store. They come right to your home or office and handle all of your cellular needs. Best of all, their front door service is free of charge. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team start making life easy again. That's 252-799-7051. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
We are.
Riding shotgun with you on the drive home.
It's go time.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right, back for the last 20 minutes of the show. We had on Saturday, great show. It was our ECU preseason media day show. And yesterday we re-aired our exclusive one-on-one interview with Coach Houston from that event. We also got to some of the other interviews yesterday, Mason Garcia and Jeremy Lewis. Today we're going to play Donnie Kirkpatrick. And if time allows, we'll hear some from Alex Flynn, the quarterback that's been in competition with Mason Garcia for the starting position. But let's go to Pirate offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick from our ECU Media Day extravaganza, which you can hear the podcast of right now on the IBX Media app.
Great to see you. How are you?
Well, it's great to be seen, and I'm pretty good in that it's Saturday. Camp's getting ready to break, and, I love camp. Because camp's just football. It's just ball all day. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't even have to dress up. You can just wear shorts and your T-shirt, all day, because all you're doing to do is see players and stuff like that. So that's really one of my favorite times of the year, and you're just coaching. You're getting better every day. But I will say, just like with anything, you do eventually start to get into that rut, and you're ready for a change. And so just about Thursday, Friday, I guess, I was kind of like, all right, excited about the scrimmage here Saturday, because I really want to see how we've grown, how we improve. And we were going to challenge the team with some situations. But I said, I really am about ready for us to start playing somebody else. I'm tired of being mad at the defense. Going to start cheering. You're going to start cheering for the defense until you like those guys. You just don't like them much during camp sometimes. And, you're just kind of ready to start getting into the season and that routine and the excitement of college football being back. So that's where I'm at.
Pirate offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick is with us. Mason Garcia, according to Coach Houston, looked really good today from your perspective. How do you think he played?
He had one of his better days, that's for sure. And I thought last Saturday he did some really good things. Didn't do as good as I wanted him to do, didn't do as good as he wanted to do because we have a really, really high standard. But today he was lights out throwing the football and making his reads. And, if it had been a real game, I think he would have had some yards rushing out there too. So I was very pleased where he took his game in 1 week, from last week to this week to a different level.
Got some speed at receiver. Coach was telling me a little bit about that off air. Well, talk about that. I want to ask you about Patterson, too, Jari Patterson. Yeah. That was a nice moment today. But just that receiving room right now, that was the other quiet. Got the new quarterback. Who's he going to throw to? So,
well, but here's the beauty of this. This is East Carolina's wide receiver university. Okay, I've always felt like that. I was here for 11 years as the receiver coach and was fortunate enough just to have a ton of players, and they just kept coming. And every time one guy would do something, the other guy would come and try to, would top that. And so, we've been the same way. Pro left, Snead stepped it up. Snead left early, CJ, Isaiah came in. We've kept rolling. So I was concerned maybe we'd lost too many too quickly this year. Now, you're right. You don't have a veteran quarterback to lead that group and to know and help them. But what Coach is saying is, I believe to be true, we've gotten faster. And that is something that we wanted to do. We wanted to find a way to get more speed, to get the ball down the field, get more big plays. And we were like, I don't know, the top 17th in the country in explosive plays, maybe higher than that, I think. We might have been 7th, so we had a lot of big plays. Now, we had that little back, I don't remember his name now, but used to run a long way with him sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So that helped a lot of those situations.
Well, you got some backs.
But we do.
Yeah.
But we're faster at wide out, and yet we still are just as big out there too. So recruiting's going well. We have a good place. It's an easy sell here if we can get them to come to it. They're always amazed when they get here that they don't believe it could be like that. The portal's been bad to us. It's been good to us. It's been good to us at receiver, though, because we have a reputation of, being a top 25 passing team in the country. We have a reputation. We got good quarterbacks here. We've had good receivers. So those guys are interested in coming here. So we've replenished a little bit through the portal. And then some guys like Josiah Hatfield, who have always had big plays and big games, just had ready to have a good one. And then these new guys have come in and really pushed them.
Donnie Kirkpatrick is here. He's just talking about Josiah Hatfield and the way that he expects him to step up. Jalen Johnson kind of came on near the end, too. And before we I'll tell you, here comes Coach Harrell. We want to talk to him. Real quick, the running back, just a couple words on that room.
Well, the running back room, I think it's good to have Raji back. We held him today just because he's played a lot, and it really wasn't a scrimmage for guys like that. We wanted to see Marlon. We wanted to see Javius Bond and Gerald Green. Camaro Edmonds has had a really, really good camp. That room's deep. We feel good about that because, nobody takes more pounding than the running backs do. So you got to have those guys. And, I don't think we're going to drop off very much there.
Donnie, good to see you. Thank you.
Always good to be seen. Thank you guys for coming to see us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick.
And that was from our Media Day program, which you can relive in podcast form under the Patrick Johnson Show tab on the IBX Media app. We also spoke with Alex Flynn, East Carolina quarterback, and they sent him over to us. So we talked to Alex Flynn on Saturday.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming over. We appreciate it. You've been competing for the quarterback spot with Mason Garcia. I've heard you've looked fantastic in the spring and have had a really good camp. So just give us an assessment of how it's been.
Yeah, camp has went well so far. I think we started off, as you would think, with new offensive personnel, I guess, in the beginning of camp. But as camp has went on and after our second scrimmage today, I think the offense has really performed well for sure.
Alex, in last year, you, according to Coach Houston and the other coaches, kind of dedicated yourself really to football at the college level. What was the big aha moment, or what was the turning point for you?
I think it's always been, I know, big for me, obviously, playing football in college. But I don't know. I think true when people say that for in college and especially in the higher levels, I think people or players, I think it just clicks for them at some point. And I think for me, really last fall, I think was whenever it really clicked for me. And, the game slowed down.
So you could, I guess, see or felt, as you said, the game slowed down. So for you, it just was a comfort level.
Mm-hmm. And I think when the game slows down and it kind of clicks a little bit, I think the confidence builds. And for me, especially for me, I think whenever my confidence level is high, I think my performance level is also high.
Alex Flynn is with us here as he has been in the quarterback battle with Mason Garcia. What about Mason Garcia has impressed you?
Mason you look at him and he's 6'5" and jacked, and he's
slimmed down too. So
he moves well. But what impresses me most is just how he throws the ball and the throws that he makes and in those tight windows. It is special to see for sure.
I think it's been described to me by Joe Sampson, Joey Football as we call him, that you have a game that is very similar to that of Holt Naylor's in his opinion. So how much did Holton teach you during your time here?
I think Holton had a lot to do with, getting to that comfort level and and having it click for me, because I was able to see, like I said before, how the game slowed down. And I think he just watching him and watching how he conducted himself in the huddle and, how he controls the offense and he takes what the defense gives you, and also looks at the defense and sees how they roll and different tips that will give you, what the defense is going to give you. If that makes sense.
You played if we talk about athletics in the state of North Carolina, like high school athletic programs, Reynolds has a huge reputation, big tradition. So you've obviously played kind of a high-profile situation before, because, I mean, that really is a big, important, high school program. So coming from that part of the state to this part of the state, what has stood out?
Well, honestly, whenever I was in high school, I really only knew the western part of the state. But coming over to the eastern part now, I've become more comfortable with the high schools around here. And I think it just shows you that the whole state of North Carolina, high school football is important to them.
Yeah. Really quick, who has stood out to you position-wise, receiver-wise? I know Patterson got on the full ride today, which was kind of cool. Jari Patterson. How about, running backs? Anybody that's really stood out you thought's had an excellent camp?
Yeah, well, Rajay has come back, and he looks really good. Javius Bond looks really
fly,
good.
Can he?
Oh, yeah, he can for sure. It's hard to tackle him, too.
Yeah.
Gerald Green is also running hard. Josiah Hatfield out at wideout. He's so fast. Kerry King is out there. Really, Brock Spalding also, too. Brock Spalding for sure. Jalen Johnson, of course.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by, and good luck this season, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it.
All right, there he is. That is Alex Flynn, great young man, really intelligent young man going for his MBA and wants to go to med school, so real intelligent guy. And, I think we may see some of Alex Flynn possibly at some point this season. I really do, if indeed Garcia is the starter, which we all kind of believe he is. So, but I think Alex Flynn could play a role at some point this season for the Pirates, and he has been dynamite really since last year, and had a great spring, and has had a really solid camp as well. Okay, timeout, and when we come back, we'll set the table for tomorrow, set the table for the rest of the week, and more on the Patrick Johnson Show.
I always listen. Check out the Adam Gold Show, now weekdays from 1 to 3 on 94.3 The Game.
Download the app.
Stick around. The P-Man returns in minutes.
Remember the days when you could go to your favorite butcher shop and get your pork chops or steaks cut just the way you like them? Well, you still can. Acre Station Meat Farm on Highway 32 in Pinetown, north of Washington, is Eastern Carolina's traditional butcher shop. Acre Station is where you can get your order cut the way you want it. The best sausage, bacon, and pork chops and steaks you'll ever taste. The short trip to Acre Station is worth the drive.
At Acre Station, you just get that good, friendly service you just can't find anymore.
I guarantee it's the best sausage and bacon you'll ever eat.
Sometimes in life, you just need a fresh coat of paint. Other times, you want a complete makeover. And that's exactly what we've done at the new Greenville Nissan, Eastern North Carolina's Nissan destination. Everything is new inside and out, completely remodeled. Our Nissan showroom is even more comfortable, classy, and cool with the latest technology to make shopping and buying faster, easier, and even more transparent. Every year, more and more people from Greenville, New Bern, Washington, Wilson, and Rocky Mount buy from Greenville Nissan. And now, with our completely renovated facility, even larger selection, and the best Nissan sales and service team, you won't need to shop anywhere else. And this month, we're celebrating our new facility with great offers, like a new 2023 Nissan Rogue with 0% financing. Greenville Nissan is the Nissan destination in Eastern North Carolina. Easy to get to on Greenville Boulevard. Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve. 0% for 36 months on select models with approved credit. Ends 8/31/23.
Attention business owners and management, Roebuck Staffing of Greenville and New Bern is here for you. Will Roebuck and his staff are committed to fulfilling your staffing needs. Whether you're a contractor, a manufacturing company, or if you just need janitorial or clerical work for your business. Roebuck Staffing also does temporary to permanent and direct hiring. Roebuck Staffing is your trusted partner for all of your staffing needs and employment opportunities. Call Roebuck Staffing at 252-364-8700 or find them online at roebuckstaffing.com.
Hi, I'm Marcy Bailey. And at Bailey's Fine Jewelry, we understand your concerns when it comes to buying an engagement ring. Am I paying too much? Am I getting a quality diamond? Will she love the ring? Rest assured, we prioritize your happiness as much as the exquisite diamonds we offer. That's why we provide unparalleled guarantees to give you peace of mind. First of all, we offer an incredible 30-day money-back guarantee. Secondly, with our unique 100-day price protection, We promise you'll get the best price, quality, and value. But if you find a better offer, we'll match it and give you 10% of the difference. But we don't stop there. We also offer an unprecedented lifetime diamond guarantee. It's our way of giving you confidence throughout all of your cherished moments. We've been locally owned since 1948 and voted the best jeweler year after year. At Bailey's, we're not just selling jewelry. We're providing a legacy of trust. We invite you to shop with us and experience the difference.
And now, the stunning conclusion of the show. It's the P-Man here on 94.3 The Game.
All right, welcome back. Wrapping up things here for a busy Tuesday. Thanks to Sonny Sonnhalter for popping in. And thanks to our guys who put together the Media Day content. Everybody that helped us on that program Saturday, big props to them. Thanks to Philip the Ref Pilkington. He's producing today. And thanks as well to intern Jermon for being here today. And listening to Philip Pilkington, because he's a bit of a chatty Cathy, as we all know. So there you go.
You know, yeah, I do love to talk. I'll admit it. That's one of my big things, big flaws.
Coming up tomorrow, Hoist the Colors, Stephen Igo's going to have, I shouldn't say who he's going to have, because I forget if Igo told me he was coming in tomorrow or later this week, but Igo's going to have a great show. That's all you need to know. Doesn't he have Donnie Kirkpatrick tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, going to have Donnie Kirkpatrick on tomorrow, as well as Clay Walker from Playfly.
I didn't know if Clayfly. I didn't know if Clay was coming in for Playfly tomorrow or another day. So, Donnie K and Clay Walker tomorrow on Hoist the Colors. Wow. We're going to have Coach Augustine, the Adler Augustine, with ECU Volleyball on the program tomorrow. And might talk to Brian Mull. We'll see. I think we want to play, we'll have some audio, too, from the press conference that's about to start, a little post-practice with the coordinators as well in our Pirate Report. Back in the morning on Talk of the Town. See you then. Perhaps here from the studio. 96.3, 103.7, and big thanks, or we'll see you back here tomorrow, I should say, for the Patrick Johnson Show. Ready to take the earpiece off and jet. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Seared Shop House, Greenville's go-to restaurant for premium scratch-made entrees, paired with an impressive selection of wines and cocktails. Seared Shop House. Whether you're celebrating an anniversary, birthday, a special night out, or just want to have the best